Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Leo for the month of August, late July, August. And we are in the sign of Leo, so happy birthday, Leo. You are in your first house. So the spotlight is on you. It's about your image. You've come out of your 12th house. You're all sorted. You've sorted through all your baggage in the last 4 weeks, and now you're ready to shine in the spotlight. Your image is done, dusted up and dusted off, and off you go. So the energy is the 8 of coins. So work, doing well, feeling good, looking at all the things that you're successful in, planning new strategies for the next 12 months around the sun, as they say. So it's very positive, very upbeat. We're in the fire sign, of course. You are a fire sign, very much on the move. Action-packed people, action-packed lives, plenty of energy. So let's see for the happy birthday people what is coming up for you with that lovely energy coming through. You might even want to change what you're doing and be brave enough to do something new. Who knows? Let's have a look. Right now you have the sun, which is your card as well. So the sun shines in on every nook and cranny. You can see everything very clearly. It's a very happy, healthy card as well. It's a yes answer card. It's a time for you to get out there and be in the spotlight. Everything's illuminated. You've come through your 12th house, the house of secrets and the underground, so to speak. And now everything seems possible. All done. All fantastic. Answer a yes answer card as well. So I probably just said that, sorry. So let's see what's influenced this to come along. And another fire sign card, and it is the person from overseas. Very much a male, male energy card, I'll say. Can also be female. You can interchange them, as you know. So very much someone from overseas, or a person that's traveling, or you indeed might be traveling. You might be somewhere just temporarily at the moment, enjoying what there is to enjoy, learning lots of things about yourself, and just actually the King of Wands is very big on leadership and just getting on with things and learning how to be in charge of yourself and those around you, but more, I would say, more in charge of yourself and what you want and where you want to go. But very much a card, a very overseas sort of energy, or a travelling sort of a person. And as we know, those that love to travel, and Leos are included in that, the love of travel, it's just one of those amazing things of life where we can learn so much about ourselves, our strengths and weaknesses as well. Okay, so let's see what your 12th house, which was June, July, brought in for you. And we had the Devil, so very much about, you know, really feeling, perhaps I know a few of my dear Leo friends felt very much in a rut, as one can do when it's the 12th house. You can feel really everything sort of comes in at you very intense. Everything seems right in your face. Your problems are highlighted even more than ever, and you have to find solutions to this sort of, to these feelings, and may have overindulged in certain things in this time as well. The 12th house is very much a time of the self, really, and just really having a hard look at yourself, as they used to say. But see, that's still there, sitting there, the Capricorn sign of self, very much feeling a bit stuck too. But I would say that's very much where, that's the 12th house, sort of that feeling of That's still hanging around a bit, of course, but you're in the spotlight now. It's your birthday, so you can shake that off, because I feel like you've probably sorted that out by now, but there's still a bit of residue left there, Leo, as there always is a bit. There's always just a bit left to go, isn't there? Recent influences, and we have the Hanging Man, so just going with the flow. And I guess that's what the 12th house teaches us. Just go with the flow, you know, live in the moment, see what's going on. Try not to get too ahead of yourself, but just enjoy this next 4 weeks of your birthday, because that's what you should be doing, and just really sort of doing all the things that you like to do and catching up with the people that you want to catch up with. But it's a very nice card. And it's also a card of great patience, and patience will always bring in what you need, whether you like it or not. But if you try and rail against this card, it always puts you back in your place. So going with the flow is very important. Let's see the lesson you'll be learning. The Queen of Swords, so very much that card of just clarity of thought. You may have felt like the Queen of Swords in the last 4 weeks as well, feeling very sort of, just not yourself, but feeling a bit bitter or a bit aggravated by certain things. And the Queen of Swords she learns to fight her own corner as well. So a lot of you may have some Aquarius traits in your birth chart, so this could be her too, because your polar opposite sign is Aquarius, and she is the queen of that sign and that energy. So ready for a fight as well, just really very clear on what you want to do, what's going on as well, because the 12th house, as I said, it can bring out all those, it highlights a lot of issues that we've been having, and it can make us feel quite down, but then we come out of it with the Queen of Swords, with that determination to just use the sword to cut out the rubbish, get rid of anything that's not working. Clarity, very much so. Near future, you have the World, so it's cycle coming to an end here. That makes sense as well. Very much tying up the loose ends of the past 12 months, very much going, okay, so what's next? Don't look back, look forward. That kind of energy too. It's a major card, and so it's great to know that whatever you've been doing and whatever you've sort of come to terms with, it's done and dusted, and you can move on very well, knowing that that phase and cycle of your life is over. And positive, on the positive slant, it's about what's coming next. It's very much, where are my new journeys? What am I going to be doing for the next 12 months sort of vibe. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. Expect the unexpected with the Knight of Swords. So something could come in out of nowhere. It's a very abrupt sort of energy, the Knight of Swords. Gemini kind of energy that comes in and sort of throws everything up in the air and causes disarray, and then it goes. It's like a storm, really, I suppose, the Knight of Swords. But because it's a knight, is a court card, so it can be a person, usually a male person, a younger male person, and a person that's kind of quite immature. So don't worry so much. This is what comes through. Don't worry so much about it or take on too much of it, because you're already got the Queen of Swords here, so you're already well steps ahead of this one. She's mature, he isn't yet, but he will create a bit of fuss, and that's just the way he is. But then, you know, out of fuss we get clarity, don't we? Let's see how others are seeing you in your birthday month, Leo. Yes, and this is how others see you. Oh, field of sunflowers beautifully cared for, and there they are. Everything's done. Take a step back and look at what you have created, even though sometimes we miss the point with this card and with our lives. We forget what we have created and look at what we haven't done. So it's time to sort of just go, well, you've done a really good job. Everyone else thinks you have, Leo, except you perhaps. So time to sort of have a bit of a step back and see how others see you in terms of where you're at. Excellent card. What you're feeling positive about. The Three of Wands, so very much about expansion, growth. Thinking maybe too travelling as well with this one. Look, travelling with the King of Wands, travelling with the Three of Wands. Very much consolidation on really good foundations. There you are again. Someone from overseas, perhaps thinking very strongly about someone from overseas who may be thinking of coming here or visiting, or that's the vibe of that card. It's very much a worldly travel card as well. But overall, it just asks you to keep doing what you're doing because you're in a really strong place. Everything's quite solid beneath, and you've got that strong action, positive outlook on you, Leo, that always you know where you're going to go. You know how to climb. You're very good climbers to get to where you want to go. So that's a really nice card for travel, or for just your personal growth or relationships or anything like that. So it looks really superb. And we will see how you end the birthday month with the final outcome. And we have sticking up for yourself, so defending yourself, or just knowing that once again it comes around this one, there's always a bit of a competitive vibe with the Seven of Wands. It's about sort of just going, yeah, well, I knew this was coming up, and this is a test, so just get in there. You're just as good as anyone else. You mustn't worry about that. Put your best foot forward, be competitive. That's something Leos are never shy away from, a bit of good competition. They'll be in there. So just remember too, while that sun's shining on you and you're in your time right now, just go for it. And it will end really well. I'll just have a quick look what's underneath that one though, so as not to put a damper on such a beautiful birthday reading. Under the surface we have the moon, so it's unknown what it is yet, but it's something it's very cloudy at the moment. You can't see it too well. It hasn't sort of manifested itself yet, but there may be a bit of edginess going on around you, but it's your business to just go, okay, I'm ready for that, I'm ready for anything, and then it will reveal itself. Okay, let's see your message. Don't worry so much about the moon, but just use your intuition very much so for the next, when we move into Virgo. Don't, just be on your guard. And you will be, because it's your birthday. Okay, pure mindfulness. Mindfulness is the miracle by which we master and restore ourselves. With mindfulness comes the awareness that what has happened in the past is only a memory, and that what is going to happen in the future is but a form of fantasy. Be still and open to the most precious moments that life presents to you. All the opportunities and blessings to be found are unfolding for you in the now. In the now. Go with the flow. Happy birthday. Thank you for listening.